Hello again, and I'd like to welcome you to the final tutorial in our Me vs Maths Advanced Trigonometry series. This one covers finding the area of a triangle using yet another formula, which is area equals half AB sine C. The A, B and C use the same notation as we've used previously for the sine rule and the cosine rule. So you should know that the lowercase letters A and B represent sides, and the C, capital C, represents an angle, and so on. Now you may be sitting there thinking, I already know how to find the area of a triangle. Isn't it just base times height and then half your answer? Obviously this formula is much easier to use, but we need to know the base and the height to be able to use it. When we don't know the height, we'll normally use half AB sine C instead. So let's see a question where we would use this formula. We're asked to find the area of this triangle, but we don't know the height, which would be this distance here. We do know an angle and the two adjacent sides, and this is exactly the information we need to be able to use half AB sine C. Okay, we've got nothing lettered up yet, so we can make this easy for ourselves. We want our angle to be angle C, as this is what is used in the formula. Side C will be the one opposite. Now we'll label angle A and side A will be the one opposite that. And finally angle B with side B. Now we just have to substitute our values into the formula, and after seeing the cosine rule, this one doesn't look nearly as scary. So the area is equal to half AB. This means half times A times B. So for us, half times 7.4 times 5.9. And finally, this is multiplied by sine C. So again, for our question, multiply by sine 47. This is just one calculation now, so put all the right hand side into a calculator and you should get an answer of 16.0 centimeters squared. Don't forget the square units as we are finding an area. Fairly simple really, I hope you'll agree. We're only going to look at one more question on this, but it is a tough one. We're being asked to find the area of the triangle, but we don't know the height and can't see a way to work it out easily. Therefore, we start to think we'll need to use half AB sine C, but we don't know any angle either. This is where we need to connect a skill that we've learnt previously in this series. Remember the cosine rule and the sine rule. We can use the cosine rule to find an angle if we know all the three sides, which is exactly what we do know here. So the cosine rule is actually going to help us to answer this question. Now it doesn't matter at all which angle you choose to find. I've chosen the angle marked, but I could have just as easily chosen either of the other two. As the original form of the cosine rule uses angle A, that's what I'll label my angle as. So side A will be opposite. I'll choose to label the angle or point at the bottom B with side B opposite that, and the final pair we'll label with uppercase and lowercase c. Let's substitute all our values in and work that out on a calculator. Remember, this is the value of cos A, so if we want to find angle A, we'll need to use inverse cos to get our final answer of 86.7 degrees. Okay, now we know an angle, we can use our formula, but rather annoyingly this uses angle C, so we'll need to swap our letters round a bit. All we're going to do in our formula is swap the A's with the C's, so that will give us a new version which looks like this, half CB sine A. Again, now let's substitute our values in. Notice we are not having to use side A, the 11.2 in this stage at all, and we'll ultimately get a solution of 33.1 centimeters squared. Right, we're all done, and that was a good example to finish off with because we've knitted together there a few of the different skills that hopefully you've learnt from this series. Thanks for watching as always, and hopefully now you know a lot more about trigonometry than you did do before. As always, if you have any questions or feedback, then leave a comment either at the website me-maths.com or on YouTube, and I'll do my best to help. All that's left to say is well done again on completing the tutorial, and bye for now.